Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals, beginning with goaltender number 1. And if you would, boys, a wave when your name is called. From North Pole, Alaska, a first-time Stanley Cup winner, Phoenix Copley.
Fellas, you've been busy. You can have a seat. You guys are tired. You can have a seat. We'll just ask you to stand and wave when we introduce you. This guy plays his best against the other team's best. He was the Caps' second highest scoring defender in the playoffs. Number 2, Matt Niskanen.
One of the greatest trade deadline acquisitions. One of the greatest trade deadline acquisitions in perhaps a generation. He came here in February. He's a Stanley Cup winner. Number 6, Michael Kempney.
I'm getting the sense these guys like the applause.
I think this is a good thing.
This is a good thing. This hard-hitting Russian defender, he pounded home goals against Columbus and Tampa Bay in the postseason. Number 9, Dmitry Orlov.
He had a lot of big points in the postseason, none more than the primary assist on a game tire in the third period in Vegas. Number 10, Brett Connolly.
Do we get to chug later?
Our time is coming, Joe, believe me.
Well, I think I remember one time. My man, Jake the Snake, he showed me his broadcasting skills on Instagram Saturday after he went top shelf on a breakaway in the cup-winning game. Number 13, Jacob Vrana.
This season began back in Hershey with the Bears before he clawed his way back, and what a role he had on a penalty kill, and he's a first-time Stanley Cup champion, Chandler Stevenson.
He plays to the people. How do you like the handlebar mustache, too?
The handlebar mustache is pretty hot. Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 3 now in points all-time for the Caps. Number 1 all-time in assists. He played brilliantly and through pain in the playoffs. Number 19, Nicklas Backstrom.
The game-winning goal in Game 5. You might say he has the eye of the tiger. Number 20, Lars Eller.
That guy scored a lot of big goals.
Yes, he did.
A lot of big goals for the Tiger. Folks, in his rookie NHL season, this young man played 50 games, just over 50, in the NHL's regular season. The future's bright for number 22, Madison Bowie.
He scored 7 goals in the postseason, none bigger than in the third period in Las Vegas, setting the stage for Lars Eller. You know him, you love him, number 25, Devontae Smith-Pelly.
He's got the belt. He has the belt.
He does.
Man brings the belt with him. John, 2 in a row for me here, all right? A very helpful addition to the defense corps, acquired at the trade deadline. He appeared in 2 playoff games. He had an assist against Columbus. Number 28, Jacob Yarabek. This next man finished up his rookie year in pretty fine fashion. He fit in very nicely as a sidekick for Brooks Orpik. Plenty of seasoning earned for number 29, Christian Djoos.
The juice is loose, as it were. This man won a lot of games down the stretch on the way to a Metropolitan Division championship. Number 31, Phillip Bauer.
In his first full year with the Caps, this hard-working winger hooked up with Nathan Walker for a huge playoff goal in the clincher against Pittsburgh. Number 39, Alex Chason.
Safe to say he had the best season of his life, the most points in a regular season, the most points in a postseason, a Stanley Cup champion, number 43, Tom Wilson.
Folks, he's the elder statesman of the Capitals Club. The father figure, Batya, led the team in playoff plus-minus, had a huge game-winning goal against Vegas. Number 44, Brooks Orpik.
Just days before the regular season came to a close, he walked off the campus at the University of North Dakota, and he came to our nation's capital. Pretty good way to leave college. He's a Stanley Cup champion, number 63, Shane Gersich.
This guy battled through injuries a lot this season. During the regular season, during the postseason. But no one's going to forget 2 goals in Game 7 against Tampa Bay. Number 65, Andrei Burakovsky.
The most wins by a goaltender in a single postseason in Washington Capitals history. And a good Lord willing, there'll be a statue outside of the arena with the save demonstrated for all time. Number 70, Braden Holtby.
Not a bad stop. Not a bad stop. This playmaking center got his feet wet in the NHL this year. He pitched in really well in the clinching game against Pittsburgh. Number 72, Travis Boyd.
You can never have too many Golden Gophers on your team.
I understand that.
Yeah, that's always good to have those guys. Career year in every sense. He is now the all-time leading goal scorer and point getter among Washington defensemen in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Number 74, John Carlson.
And you said these guys didn't know how to take a bow. Come on.
Pretty good at it.
Folks, the Caps power play, almost 30% in the playoffs. This guy kept on scoring huge power play goals all throughout. So much heart, so much hustle. Number 77, T.J. Oshie.
The Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup goes a lot of places after it's won, but it's going to go somewhere new this summer. How about Australia? How about number 79, Nathan Walker?
Whoa, whoa. He's going down under. Whoa. That was almost down under. Folks, it's the only man in hockey history to play for a champion in the ECHL, the AHL, and now the NHL. The model of consistently hard work. Number 83, Jay Beagle.
So many times this postseason, the bird was the word. The leading scorer of these Stanley Cup playoffs and one of the best seasons in a postseason of any player in the last 20 years, number 92, given the bird, Evgeny Kuznetsov.
Well, I guess that leaves only one. Over 600 goals. Over 1,000 games. 7 times a scoring champion who just set the Caps record for goals in one playoff season. Ladies and gentlemen, your captain and playoff MVP, number 8, Alex Ovechkin. As you can tell, that was totally unchoreographed. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, your coaching staff of the 2018 Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals. The head coach, Barry Trotz. Associate head coach, Todd Reardon. Assistant coach, Lane Lambert. Assistant coach, Blaine Forsythe. Your director of goaltending, Mitch Korn. And goaltending coach, Scott Murray.
Folks, please let your voices be heard in cheering for the Capitals management team. Senior Vice President and GM, Brian McClellan. Assistant General Manager, Ross Mahoney. Assistant General Manager, Don Fishman.
The Capitals medical staff, head athletic trainer, Jason Service. Massage therapist, Cleo Bates. And assistant trainer, Mike Bowie.
Very nice footwork, very nice footwork. Folks, these are the men given the task of making sure everybody's skates are sharp, their gear fits just right. Head equipment manager, Brock Miles. Assistant equipment manager, Craig Woody Leidig. That's called respect. Equipment assistant, Dave Marin. And equipment assistant, Ray Strasha.
And finally, the operations guys, you don't see them out front, but they mean the world to us. The video coaches, you want to know why we're so good at replays? These guys, Brett Leadhart. And Tim Oshie. There is nobody more important from getting us from place to place than our man, and a big round of applause for Rob Tillotson. Strength and conditioning coach, Mark Nemish.
Nice.
Camp Nemo's out of session now, right? And finally, senior writer, my partner on two-man advantage, Mr. Mike Vogel. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Stanley Cup champion, Washington Capitals.
Let's hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the owner of the Washington Capitals. He is the chairman of Monumental Sports and Entertainment. This city has no better friend and no better visionary than Ted Leonsis.
Thank you. Big day, short speech. We put the unity in the community. We all agree on one thing. We have the greatest fans in the world, and now we have the greatest hockey team in the world. I am so proud of the love and respect that our community has shown each other and our franchise. All I've ever wanted to do is hold the mirror up to the people that we serve. And all I've seen reflected back is love. And that's what this is about. I love you so much. I know how much you love this city and these players. And now we have something that bonds us and unites us. A Stanley Cup championship. Nick Backstrom talked about envisioning what it would be like coming down Constitution Avenue with the parade. And very few times in life do things exceed your expectation and your imagination. Today, short of the day I married my wife and saw the birth of my son and daughter, this is the greatest day ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're standing on the mall. Immortal words through history have been uttered here, have been written here, have been executed here. Words like we're all created equal. Words like ask not what your country you can do for your country, but your country can do for you. That we're all created equal. And what? We're not going to be suck. Thank you, everyone. We love you. Let's go, Caps.
Starting today, we are on a path toward winning.
To be successful, you must throw away all fear. Speed and agility are critical, but desire and determination are even more important.
This is your game now, gentlemen.
This is your time.
No one comes into our house and pushes us around.
Unleash the fury.
I want you to get up now.
Let's put the women and children to bed and go looking for dinner.
Let's be heroes.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs.
Get out! Get on your feet! Unleash the fury.
I want you to get up right now.
The fans are standing up to them. The security guards are standing up to them. The peanut vendors are standing up to them. And by God, if I could get down there, I'd be standing up to them. All right. Let's go. We say let me hear it. Go, 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 go. Let's go.
Unleash the fury!
All right, Caps fans! We don't need to unleash fury today because the fury was unleashed on the ice by these guys. Get up! Get on your feet! They unleashed the fury against Columbus. They unleashed the fury against Pittsburgh. They unleashed the fury against Tampa Bay. And finally, they unleashed the fury against the Vegas Golden Knights. So we don't need to unleash the fury. But what we're going to do
is Unleash the Stanley. Are you ready? It's time to unleash the Stanley! Woo! Give it up, guys.
Don't you love it when his face gets as red as his jacket?
He's really kind of mild-mannered. He doesn't really get too loud, does he?
Anybody have a blood pressure machine? Wow.
You okay, Wes?
Woo!
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Darn right.
He's always good.
Johnny, it's time for us to let a few members of this hockey team, this Stanley Cup championship winning hockey team, say their piece. I go back almost 30 years with this coach, all the way back to the American Hockey League. And in that time, every day, every year, every season, every win since, I'm more and more impressed by our head coach.
And he is now a Stanley Cup champion. Please welcome Barry Trotz.
PC! Hey, I just want to say a couple things. I'll keep it short. Number one, I love these guys and those guys that just ran to the washroom. I love them all. It takes a whole community. The great thing that I want to share with you is what we are. We're very diverse. We've got Americans, we've got Canadians, we've got Swedes, we've got Danes, we got Russians, we got Czechs, we got Australians, we got rookies, we got veterans, we got great people. And it sounds just like DC and the community of DC. I know the years of adversity has sort of come to an end, and we did this together, and it feels so special. Really simply, I'm going to keep this short. Love this. Love the community. We're going to do it again, but I'm going to leave you with 4 words. I'm going to leave you with 4 words as I look at these beautiful monuments. You think of all the history behind me, in front of me, around the corner in this city. We made some history, but the 4 words that I want to leave you with, and I have to sort of paraphrase it from one of the greatest people, greatest Americans of all time. We had a dream, and we did it.
I think it's time for us to introduce the man most likely to dive into a water fountain.
I don't know, Joe. There's a number of guys on that list.
This one ranks very, very high on my list.
Indeed.
A very proud American, number 77, T.J. Oshie.
Check, check. Thanks. Sorry about my voice. We've been partying in the streets for a couple days, so tell you what, going through these streets, seeing how many people are out here, how many people came out to support us, how many people have supported us since the beginning when apparently we weren't supposed to be very good this year. You know, we love you, and there's been a lot of chants. There's been Let's Go Caps. There's been We Want the Cup. We've heard in the streets, we got the cup. We got a new one for you tonight. Today, back to back, 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 back to back.
Can't forget the water bottle. Can't forget the water bottle.
Joe, there are few guys that we get to talk to on a daily basis that are more entertaining than the guy that's about to come up and speak next.
And I can't share with you, although he might, I can't share with you the nickname that he has for me. I won't even go down that road. But I will say to you, we started this year, we started this playoff postseason by saying he's on the cusp of superstardom. He's there now, baby.
I bet he is.
Number 92, Yevgenii Kuznetsov.
wasn't preparing my speech, but I don't have to say enough. And for some guys, it's been a long way to get to that point. But we're never going to be there without our parents, without the fans, without our families. And let's this.
I honestly don't know how you follow that.
No, was he speaking Russian? He spoke Russian.
I think it was Russian.
That was Russian.
I think it was Russian.
That was Russian. Back on Saturday night, with all the revelry, with all the parties, with all the places that these guys brought the Stanley Cup, Craig Laughlin and I managed to be in the same spot, in the same room with the Stanley Cup and this team, in one of the few private moments I've seen them have with it. And this next gentleman, along with John Carlson, they encouraged Locker and I, who come from a different school of thought on this, they encouraged us to hold the cup and to kiss the cup and to feel like part of a championship team with them. I will never, ever forget that about this particular winger.
He is a guy who had an unbelievable season, and now he is a Stanley Cup champion. Women love him. Men want to be him. He's Tom Wilson.
I actually know a couple Russian swear words. It's what I've learned playing with those two guys, but I'll keep that between us. Yeah, I don't even know what to say to you guys. It's since day one that I've been here, you've made me feel nothing but family. This city is truly unbelievable, passionate but respectful fans. And I just want to thank you guys for everything. To these guys, what a group of guys. I'm sure you've seen a little bit, what we're about the last couple days, having fun with you guys, having fun with each other, and including everyone. And it takes every single piece, every single piece that you've seen, and the guys that you haven't seen. It's everyone in this city, and I love these guys. We're all family now forever, along with you guys. And everybody says what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But we brought the cup home!
Total team effort, right, to win a Stanley Cup. Absolutely, you need every piece at every position, but you don't win championships without phenomenal goaltending, and the Caps got that all throughout the season and in the quest for Lord Stanley's Cup.
He came up and played in the postseason and beat Tim Thomas back in 2012. He got the Capitals out of the second round this year. He won 16 games and is a Stanley Cup champion. Braden Holtby.
All right, guys, I'm going to keep this real short because, frankly, I really want to get to Ovi's speech. So, but no, guys, I want to thank everyone for coming out here. Being on those buses, you guys are yelling thank you to us. I want to say thank you to you guys, because every time I drive on Constitution for the rest of my life, I'm going to remember this day and how amazing it was, and it's all because of you guys. And lastly, to all our training staff and everyone that put on this event, because these guys are running around like crazy people back there to make sure we're putting on a great show for you guys. So thanks again, guys, and we're going to see you next year.
Joe, we've arrived at two guys who have been here the longest, and the guys on skates who have been through a lot of disappointment, and no happier than for our final two that are just got to be over the moon at where we are today here on the Mall.
When the final seconds ticked away and the Caps were crowned Stanley Cup champs, and the cup was hoisted overhead. I was in the backstage area of T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, watching it on TV, reveling in it with all of you, watching the cutaway shots to DC. But I think all of us welled up with tears on one handoff. Alex Ovechkin to this man, Nicklas Backstrom.
Thanks, guys. As a lot of other guys said, sorry for my voice, but yeah, it's been a rough couple of days, but awesome. I just want to thank all of you guys, and I mean, this is something we've dreamed of since we were kids, and to see you guys out there today celebrating with us, we're absolutely nothing without you guys. So thank you very much, and finally we start playing hockey like we can party, so that's a good thing.
Could you imagine if they actually won it like 5 or 6 years ago when they used to travel around like a rock and roll band? Could you imagine?
Yeah, they might be dead.
Could you imagine?
They're unbelievable.
Nick mentioned back when he was a kid, we've had the good luxury of knowing these two among the elder statesmen of the Capitals all the way back to when they were kids, to when they were teenagers. And there was always a part of me that wondered, what would it be like? How would he celebrate if he actually won the Stanley Cup? Well, the last 4 and 5 days, you've seen him run the city streets. And you've seen him share all of your joy, all of your elation.
He made it the People's Cup. He is the greatest goal scorer of this generation. He is your captain, and he's a Stanley Cup champion, Alex Ovechkin.
What's up, babes? My teammates love it, babes, you know, like Holtz threw me under the bus, under the train actually. Look at this people who's here. You know, like you thought it's gonna be crazy, but it's basically nuts, you know, like you guys killing it. You just bring for us, for our families, for our moms, dads, brothers, wives, kids, just happiness because they support as much as you are. They was all in, and we want to say thanks for our families and for you guys. Thank you very much, babes. Thank you, Ted Leonsis. Thank you, coaching staff. Thank you, GM, to bring this team together. And how Oshie Babe said, back to back, right? And the one and last thing, before the year, I said, not me saying, it's just us saying, we're not gonna be sucked this year. We're the Stanley Cup champions! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Awesome, babes. Let's go. Oh!